guys, it's Nikki. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so we are about 2 weeks out from Valentine's Day. I'm still doing Valentine's Day crafting, but all of my scrap pieces were becoming like out of control for the paper and stuff that I used. So one of the tips and tricks that I use, I certainly didn't come up with this idea. I think Danny over at Pop Fizz Paper did it. I know Lyric Lover, Amber did it. But when I get all of my scraps that are just kind of all over the place, I take them all out and I start cutting them down. I take anything that isn't a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and the first size that I try and make is 6 by 6. So these were either half sheets, or I had just taken like a corner piece out of the bottom to do something with. So I was able to make 6 by 6 sheets out of all of these. The next size I do is a 4 by 6. If I can make a 4 by 6 out of the bigger paper, and that is all of these. Here's just some stickers I have. Then the next size I do a 4 by 4. I have these 3 by 4s here, and then I do have a few 3 by 3s and a stack of 2 by 2s. And what this helps me do is evaluate what I have left, and it organizes it to the point where I don't feel overwhelmed with all of these scraps hanging around. Everything else I throw away. I'm not going to keep every small piece of paper that I have. I would go crazy. That's just not who I am or how I craft. I'm okay letting go of, the small sheets of paper or the small pieces. The last thing I have here are some strips that I did keep. And then some cut aparts. So, these were like some borders that I cut down. I didn't even keep them 12 by 12. I cut them down to 6 inches, not 12 by 12, but they were 12 inches across, and I cut them in half, so they were 6. So I have these. I have, a few of the larger pieces. This one, I don't even know why I'm keeping that, but I did decide to keep that one. Okay, so this is what I have. So the first thing that I did, the first thing that I thought about was creating some 3 by 3 cards. I like to have little note cards on hand when I send my crafts off in a swap or off to a pen pal. So I decided to make some 3 by 3 cards. I took a 6 by 6 piece of paper. That's what I started with, and I just cut it in half. Let me do that with another base. The nice part is this is one-sided cardstock, or yeah, it's not double-sided, it's only single-sided. So you have your white inside to write your sentiment on. Okay, so I'm just lining it up and making my 6 by 6, a 3 by 3. And these are giving me my card bases. And just taking it and folding it in half. I'm not scoring. I'm not doing anything real precise here at this point. So these are 3 by 3. They can either open sideways or they can open up and down depending on how you want to make them. So here's one that I just made off camera. I did quite a bit of layering on this one, and I have this sticker sheet with just a handful of stickers left on it. And this was, my project was to use these up. So that's what I'm doing right now. So there was a sticker that said, "You're rad." I layered it on 2 pieces of paper here. There's a 2 by 2, like a 2.5 by 2.5, and then a 2 1/4 and 2 1/4 in between. So I just kind of, went down a quarter of an inch each time. And this is the 3 by 3 base. Does that work out? 3 by 3, 2.5, 2 1/4, 2. Yes. And just finished it with a little jemmy. I used my envelope punch just to make a little I think it's a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So it fits right in there perfectly. And I was able to use up another 6 by 6 piece of paper. So let's put together a few here on camera. I have no preconceived ideas. I'm just going to just start pulling some things. Okay, so I've got all of the little cards made. Now next is making some envelopes. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here that I'm gonna need envelopes for. So I'm just gonna kind of lay them out so I can match up envelopes, and I'm going to take my 6x6 paper and I'm just gonna choose envelopes based off of this paper. So I think that looks good there. This watercolor one I'm gonna use with that. I have a lot of this to use up. Maybe I'll do that. This one matches that. Just got a regular red here. I'll do that one. Do that there. That's double-sided. And then lastly, this one, I think I'll just do a plain pink. Okay. So I'm going to use my We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch. If you do not have one of these, I suggest that you get one. They are an absolutely amazing device, and they've been out forever. So I'm sure you've seen them work before, so I'm not going to give like a full-blown tutorial on it. But my cards are 3x3. So I want my envelope, because they're layered, I'm going to want my envelope about 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, which isn't listed on here. But this says for a 3x3 card, I need 4 1/2 or 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 inch paper size. Since I want it 3 1/4 and 3 1/4, I'm just going to up that to 5 1/2 by 5 1/2. So like I said, I've got 6x6 paper here. So I'm just going to start trimming this down, and my paper trimmer only goes to 5, but there's this tiny little line right here that is where my 5 1/2 is, so I can just use that as my guide. Okay, and okay, I'm going to bring back out the envelope punch. And this is going to tell you where you are going to place the edge of your paper. So I'm going to go with 2 5/8 because the 3x3, the 3x3 1/2, and the 3x4 all say to score at 2 5/8. So I'm going to just make the assumption that this size card is 2 5/8 as well. And I made one ahead of time, so I know it's going to work out. But what you're going to do, you're going to just punch, and you're going to score. You're going to line this little arrow up here with the score line you just made. You're going to punch and score again. Repeat, punch and score again. And punch and score again. One of the other features on this is a corner rounder. So I put each of my envelope corners in, and I'm going to round them. So we'll start again, 2 5/8, punch and score, punch and score. Okay, so here we have our envelope. I'm going to just fold all 4 sides in. And all you're going to do is you're going to take your 2 side flaps, just determine which way you want it to go. And you're just going to run a tape up each side of the bottom. Push that up. And your card is going to fit. There we go. This one I just went over a little bit, so it does fit if I go in sideways. And there is my envelope. So that one is all set. Slide that in there, and I am done. I have 8 note cards and envelopes here, all ready to be sent out with my Happy Mail, and I was able to use up, you know, several sheets of the scrap paper that I had. So any questions, you guys, list them down below. If you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.